Hey guys, it's Rahul from ECDE, and today's pre-algebra topic is coordinate planes. Let's get straight into it. What's a coordinate plane? A coordinate plane is a grid that's formed by horizontal and vertical lines called the x and y axis. If you look on this picture here, the x-axis is one that's horizontal, left to right, and the y-axis is the one that's vertical, top to bottom. So by this and the numbers labeled, it makes a grid which you plot points on. So a couple of terms to remember is origin. So the origin is at the center, which you see is 0, 0. An ordered pair is where it shows the x-coordinate and the y-coordinate of a point. So 3, 4 is an ordered pair form. So 3 is the x-coordinate and 4 is the y-coordinate. If you look here, you can see that in a coordinate plane, there are 4 quadrants. Quadrant 1, 2, 3, and 4. So it goes from like top to bottom and then left and then up. So quadrant 1 is in the top right, and all the points will be positive and positive. So you see in the x and y axis, you can see that all the points are positive. In quadrant 2, it will be positive and negative. So you can see that the x coordinates are positive, but the y coordinates are negative. When you go to quadrant 3, you see that both are negative. So the x is negative and the y coordinates are negative. But when you go up to quadrant 4, it's the x coordinates that are negative, but the y coordinates are positive. So you might not remember this right now, but as you start to practice more, you'll get it more. So let's do a quick practice with plotting. So plot the following coordinates. So 4, 2. So first look at the x coordinate 4. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's here. And then you look at the y coordinate, which is 2. So you're going to go up 2 units. So 1, 2. So that's the first point A. Now look at the second one, B. So if we look at the x coordinate, it's -3. So what you're going to do is you're going to go left 3 units. So that's -3. And you're going up 1 unit, which is 1. So this is where this point is. So now we're going to be looking at finding the distance between 2 points. So when you find the distance between 2 points and they're on the same x or y axis, all you can do is just find the absolute value of the difference between the other values. So look at this example real quick. So if you find the distance between 3, 4 and 7, 4 on the same y-axis, because their y-coordinate is the same, so you know that they're on the same y-axis. So what you do is you can find the absolute value of the other values, which is 3 and 7, the x values. So 3 minus 7 will be absolute value of -4, which is 4. So that's the difference between the x values, and the distance between the 2 points is 4 units. So let's look at the second example. Find the distance between -3, 2 and -3, -3. So let's do this -3. So -1, -2, -3. So notice here that the x coordinates for both are the same. So -3, and you're going up 2 units. So this is where the first point is. Let's just label it A. And the second point will be -3, -3. So you're going left 3 units and 3 units down. So let's give this B. Now here's another way you can look at this. Just count the number of units between each one. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the distance between them is 5. But if you look at the method I showed before, since the x values are the same, just find the absolute value between the other values, which is the y values here. So 2 and -3. So if you look at this, absolute value of 2 minus -3 will equal absolute value of 2 plus 3, which is equal to absolute value of 5, which is in result 5. So the distance between either way, you get 5 units. Now we're going to be talking about reflections. So when you're reflecting across the x-axis, the y-coordinate is what becomes an opposite. It's the same with x-axis reflections, but it's a bit different. When you reflect across the y-axis, the x-coordinate becomes its opposite. So let me demonstrate. So reflect the point 4, 4 over the y-axis. So where is 4, 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. Since 4 is the x-coordinate, going right 4 units and up 4 units. So 4, 4 is here. Now you're seeing reflected across the y-axis. Since this is a y-axis, it's seeing reflected across. So what you can do here is, how many points to the y-axis? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 units to the y-axis. So then you're going to go the same amount and go 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is where the reflected point is. So that will be -1, -2, -3, -4, -4. So the answer to A is -4, 4. Now, if we look at B, reflect the point 3, -2 over the x-axis. So you already have 3, you're going right 3 units, but it says -2, so you're going down 2 units. So 3, -2 be right there. And you're seeing reflected over the x-axis. This is the x-axis that goes vertical. So now you're going to reflect it. So how many points to the x-axis? 1, 2, and you're just going to go the same. So 1, 2. That is the reflected point. So the answer to B will be 3, 2. So let's look at some practice problems. What is the distance between 4, 5 and -2, 5? And what is the ordered pair of 2, 2 when it's reflected over the x-axis? So let's look at this. Let me make it bigger. Okay. So the distance between 4, 5 and -2, 5. So I'm just gonna make a little quick drawing here. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4, 5. Let's just say it'll be about there. And -2, 5. So -1, -2. -2, 5. Now it's saying find the distance. So how many points are in between? So you'll be going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So in total, it is 6 units in between. We can check our answer with the absolute value method. So since the y-axis, the y coordinates are the same, find the absolute value between the x. So the absolute value of 4 minus -2, which becomes absolute value of 4 plus 2, which is the absolute value of 6, which is 6. So either way, you get the same answer, which is 6 units. Now it's saying what's the ordered pair of 2, 2 when it's reflected over the x-axis? So let's say 2, 2 is around right there. Now it's saying reflected over the x-axis. Which one is the x-axis? It's this one. So we just put a couple ticks there for reference. So now how many units to the x-axis? 1, 2. So now you're going to go the same distance, 1, 2 units. And that is your new point, which will be 2, -2. So the reflected will be 2, -2. Let's check our answers. We got it right. We got 6 units and 2, -2. Hope you guys learned from this video, and thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.